Welcome back in another video. In this video, we talk about the power of letting go, the life-changing power of letting go. This is something that has had a tremendous amount of power, of benefits in my life, but also in so many of my clients. With the anxiety, with the stress, with the insecurities, letting go, accepting what is, can radically transform your life. So let's go. Now, let's face it, life is not always easy. Not everything is always working out the way we want it. Sometimes we have to deal with situations that we don't like, we don't want, we didn't expect, and frankly, we don't want to deal with. Okay, there may be delays and mistakes and regrets and people and places and things. It can become very messy very fast. And what we tend to do in those situations is that the mind focuses on what we don't like, what's happening, the problem, the challenge, the emotion, the thought. And it just creates more because your mind becomes consumed with the situation. All your energy, all your attention goes toward that thing. And we energize it. And really what we're doing in that place is that we're making it stronger. And it becomes so strong that then the mind starts to, what you focus on expands. So then it just starts to generate new thoughts, new, worst case scenarios in your mind. You worry, you become anxious, and then it just spread. And it can go very fast into, panic attacks and anxiety things and just like feeling like life is shit, basically. But this is the paradox, is that what we resist persists. And so what we don't get is that the act of observing something, the act of focusing and really putting our attention on that thing, energizes it, grows it, multiplies it. But we feel like that, okay, if I don't pay attention to it, or if I don't work on it, or if I don't fight it, then what do I do? And often what happens is that many of my clients, when I tell them the first thing that I invite you to do is to accept what is, accept what happened, accept the situation, then people feel like defensive, they feel threatened because, well, if I do that, would I just, accept defeat? Would I be just stuck in this situation, unable to move on? That's not what I want. I don't want this situation, right? So we kind of equate accepting what is, letting go, with defeat, with like, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck here, oh my God, kind of thing. So the ego likes to fight for the control. But that is because we don't understand the power of letting go. For example, if I give you a simple situation where it's raining outside, you could very fast label it that the rain is annoying, it's bothering your plan, oh my God, it's gonna get flooded, oh my God, I'm gonna get wet, oh my God, it's gonna get cold, blah, blah, blah. You could fast make a little situation just like it's raining outside into a stressful thing. Or you could just accept that it's raining. And you could remove the labels of good, bad, right, wrong. You could remove the judgment. You can remove yourself from what's happening. Now, of course, when we go into certain situations that are far more complicated than it's just raining, it becomes a bit more complex. But the power of accepting what is the same. Because first, if it happened already, there's very little you can do about it. You can always make amends, you can take action, you can find solution. Yes, you can do all those things. But the thing that already happened. It's in the past, it's way beyond your control, way beyond what you could do. So accepting what is, release the resistance, release the emotion, release all that attachment that we have on that thing. And it allows us to bring not only relief and peace of mind, but to detach our energy from that thing, place, people, situation. And from that place, the magic of accepting that is that we're no longer fighting it. And so our energy now can be used into creating something else, can be used into focusing onto something else, can be used into creating a new solution, a new situation, a new breakthrough, a new discovery, a new insight, a new whatever is the next step for us to move consciously toward what we actually really want. But if you fight the situation, you're gonna get stuck in it. And it's going to be, maybe you'll get to where you want to be, but it's going to be a tough, freaking steep battle all the way that will leave you so exhausted simply because you don't want to let go of something. Your ego is so attached and so identified with it that you think it's you. But really, you forgot that you're not your thoughts, you're not your mind, you're not your body, you're not your ego. You're just the observer of what is happening or what was happening. And you are so absorbed into what was, then you're missing on what is. And what is that there is limitless possibilities right here and right now for you to create with that energy that's always flowing to us and through us. But if your energy that comes to you is already focused and directed towards shit that happened and your inability to just accept what was, it's only going to perpetuate that situation and bring more similar events to match the reality and your state of mind. Because this is who you become. So how do you let go then? This is a process that is actually extremely simple, but very difficult if you do it with your mind. So letting go is simply accepting to feel whatever needs to be felt, to let the emotion run its course, to let the thought just being, okay without being judged and analyzed and without being judged good or bad or labeled or anything of this way. It's not trying to fix yourself. It's not trying to, consciously let go of the emotion because you don't like it. That is trying to control the situation. That is just a sneaky way of your mind trying to let go of something you don't like. And if you don't like it, that means you're resisting it. So to simply let go, all you need to do is to observe it, to allow it. And that can be so scary again, because once you start to allow it, you'll find that there's so much resistance, and you'll start to feel more resistant at first, almost like a defensive mechanism, because you're scared of what might happen. But the beauty is that if you can find the courage to allow yourself to just feel the full depth of those emotions, what's going to happen is that they will just run their course in their own time. And something else will take its place eventually. And that is one of the most healing things you can do. Because once the emotion, which is created from the same source, because nothing is either created or destroyed, is just transmuted. Once that energy is transmuted into something else, something greater, something higher, it opens up new energy, new focus, new possibility for you to move forward in a different way. Because when you are no longer run by the emotion of the past, by what happened and what was, you can now use that energy into going toward where you want to go. And what you start to find is that when you truly let go, when you truly accept, and you find this place of relief and peace, you no longer really care about that situation. You may still have to do things about it, yes, but you no longer feel attached to what that thing, that person, what they said, what they did, what happened. You find yourself more present in the moment, more at peace, more in the flow of life. And often, the solution presents itself through a thought, an idea, a person, a synchronicity. In just some ways, you get that thing that you actually really need, that next step that allows you to just unravel naturally, slowly. But it's usually, in my life experience, it's amazing that it just happens almost effortlessly. Like I had to do things, I had to take action, yes, but it was an easy thing to do. It was a natural next step. Whereas when I'm fighting it and I'm trying to do things, and it was just met with more worry and more expectations and more disappointment. So that is the art of letting go. So my invitation for you is that whatever you're resisting right now, whatever you're not accepting right now, be honest with yourself. It's okay. Just accepting that there's things to resist right now is a first step. And then find a place when you have some time to sit with it, to notice how it feels, where it feels, and to tune out from your mind, from the thought, and to just feel. And to release the judgment, and to release it's a bad thought, it's a bad emotion, it's a bad thing, and to just let it be. And to just allow it to express itself. And that is the art of letting go. And I guarantee you that if you do that, it will change your life and it will change the situation that you're in. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. As always, please like, share, subscribe, give me a comment, and we'll see you next time. Be well.